want him to constantly move, okay? I shouldn't at any point try to overextend, because if my legs get too extended, I lose power and it's easy for him to get out. So, okay, be careful about overextending, okay? Just think about tracking the leg first, and then we do our off balances, okay? Sometimes, especially when you give a push, we'll have some people who overturn, okay, to put their hands on the mat out here, okay, to keep their balance. Once they do that, their knee is pointing directly to our hips, which is an easy way to just go straight into a knee bar here. So what I'm gonna do when I feel this is happening here and he's overturning, I'm gonna take my bottom hook out first, and I'm gonna look to lock pretty high here in his butt. So this one goes out here, my heel curls down. Now I take the other hook out and I lock behind here. I want to pass off his foot from my right shoulder to my left here, like this, okay? From here, I'm gonna grab the heel, I'm gonna curl my heels to my butt, and I'm gonna start bridging into his knee right here, okay? Look, bottom leg goes out first, grab a little bit high here. Second leg comes in, my heels are curling to my butt, and my butt's coming to my heels here, and I'm pinching my knees. Now I transfer the foot from one shoulder to the other, making sure I have a good grip on the heel here, okay? From here, hips go straight up. I'm pushing the foot down, I'm curling my heels down, and I'm looking to put my hips, my hips directly into his knee here, okay? If I need more horsepower, I'm thinking about bringing the knees up and around the corner. So right now he's tilting to my left, so I bring the hips up, and I think about bringing them over the top, here, this way, right? If he's tilting the other way, I think about bringing them up and around the corner. Here. You have a pretty good shot of just hitting this right away when he's just giving you the gift, right? The knee is too far down, your hips are right there, you just need to lock up and you can start extending, right? Go here, looking to shoot and get this done here, okay? Sometimes, right, what will happen is maybe I look to switch here and look to go, and as I'm switching, as I'm grabbing here, Freddie is looking to just tilt back and turn his knee up. Okay, so before I start to really get the knee bar going, Freddie starts to point his knee more out here, typically by sitting back. Okay, when the knee is not pointing straight into my hips, there's no knee bar, okay? But this is where we need to switch to other submissions. So my legs are crossed here, he's turned out here of the knee bar, okay? And he's not interested in me following a straightened leg and like keep chasing the knee bar. So his leg is probably also a little bit bent here, okay? When his leg is bent and the knee's pointing away, there's no knee bar, but when the leg is bent, we have a good shot of going into twisting submissions, twisting joint locks, okay? So here we're looking to look for toe hold. So let's go back here and make it a little bit more dynamic here. So I get Freddie on his hands here. I'm looking to shoot up here, right? Freddie's tilting back to make his knee point up, which is a good idea defensively, okay? But now I have his hips on the mat and I still have his leg here. I just need to switch my hands a little bit to go into a toe hold. There's a bend in the leg. We need to exaggerate this bend here. So I'm gonna go, my arm was here, right? I'm gonna take it over, look for the toes. I'm gonna pull his knee to make it turn in more with my hand and by pointing my knees in to get this bend here, okay? I'm pushing on the toes, I'm turning the knee, I'm turning my knees here. Okay, this is already putting some tension for Freddie's foot here. Now I want to lock up a toe hold, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this leg off shortly and sit up. I'm gonna bring my head outside his foot here. Sneak my arm through, I lock my hands. I want to make sure my feet are crossed here so I don't get countered. And we're into a toe hold here, okay? From here, the whole trick to the toe hold is about pushing the toes to his butt here as I'm looking to pull his heel to my chin. So here, okay, I'm looking to pull his heel to my chin as the toes are pushed to his butt here. Here, boom. Guys, sometimes the foot pops immediately. Sometimes you get the most wicked twist, and the guy will just look at it like nothing's happening, okay? People are built different with their feet. Don't ever fucking crank this, because sometimes people can get injured real quick, and sometimes it seems like nothing's happening, and then the guy maybe tries to kick out and then breaks his own foot, okay? So we just gotta be careful with this stuff. If we're all sensible adults, we can do this stuff. Okay, so we land here. Look, my feet are locked here. I'm switching here, going to grab the toes, and I'm going to grab the knee here. If I can get a good turn here, this is the perfect time to go into a toe hold. So I'm pushing the toes, and I'm bending his knee with my hand and my knees. I'm going to do a quick sit-up. And what I'm looking to do here, guys, is I'm looking to bring my head as close to his foot as possible. I want to see if I can get it all the way out here. Then I'm going to snake my hand through, close my elbows. To finish this, it's a push to the butt and a pull with the heel here. Okay, I can finish him right here. If we're more tilted to the side, it's going to be more of a belly down finish here. If he's turning the other way, it's going to be more of a belly up finish here. But I'm going to put some good torque in this. So toes go in, heels curl up, so we're giving him a good sprain here. To lock up here, Freddy feels the danger, and look, he's sitting to his hip. Right away, I have to switch my hands. This one comes out, I'm grabbing his knee, I'm grabbing his toes, I'm looking to sit up, and I want to bring his foot in so I can bring my head over his foot here. From here, I'm going into something that looks like a Kimura grip. So this hand is grabbing the toes, the other one is wrapping around here. Just rotate a little bit, Freddy. This other one is wrapping around, grabbing my own wrist here. If I have a hard time locking my hands, guys, bring your elbows close and your head to your hands here. Once everything's locked, it's a push with his toes towards his butt, and my elbow here pulls his heel to my chin. Here, a good extension. Okay. Grab. I'm grabbing by the tendons, I'm pointing my knees in, I'm pushing the toes. If he tries to extend his leg, kick back here, he's gonna hurt himself. Sit up, get the grip, and lock in, all right? So let's just play with this. Again, guys, bring your head over your hands to lock everything in here. Bring your head in first, hands in, close the elbows, and it's a push on the toes and a pull on the heels. Okay, a pull on the heel, okay? So let's say, for example, I knock Freddy down with the scissor sweep here. I can go into the same stuff, right? Especially here if his knee is already bent, turning in here. It's not a long way for me to just switch my hands and go in here, okay? As I'm getting the toe grip, I want to make sure to lock my legs here, and I can go right back, okay? So I can go right back here, but Freddy's knee is already turned, okay? So what can happen before I have a proper lock, Freddy can start to turn this way. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to just focus on just holding the toes. I'm not even cranking the submission. Keep my legs tight, and I'm just going to go straight back into my knee bar, okay? The submissions don't work at the same time. I don't get to toe hold and knee bar him at the same time, but the toe hold control is good enough to hold his legs still to just finish with the knee bar, okay? So instead of cranking, just transition. So as he spins, right, I just go right back into my knee bar when I feel it here, okay? And this is especially good if he's slipping a little bit, so I feel like his knee is almost sliding out. I can pull it back in, and I go in. But if I push, it's not gonna work. If he straightens his leg, I'm not gonna fight it, I'm just gonna hold and go. So the knockdown, whether it be double angle or a scissor sweep, I'll just get back up, Freddy. Okay. Here, when I knock him straight down, look, if the knee's already pointing in, I can start to transition. 1, 2, here. If I'm going for it and I feel like he's turning, I just hold the grip, what I think about the knee bar. If the knee turns through and his legs bend again, I'm back into the toe hold. Okay, so we can play these together. This way, not only does this avoid us just trying to crank and being desperate with our toe hold and risk injuring our partner. But it also just, it puts everything nicely together, right? So straight leg with a knee pointing to our hips, that's a knee bar. Bent leg is a toe hold. So we can play the bent leg with the toe hold and the straightened leg with the knee bar together. This way we can creatively chain our leg locks. And instead of just trying to go like, being super stubborn and just trying to crank one submission, we follow through, we find transitions, all right?